All right, look out for Charlie here. Doing a follow-up on the Seattle audio. For those who don't know, I put out an APB asking for audio from Seattle, downtown Seattle, street corners, windows, wherever I could get it. And I got a handful of audio. And then what I do is I dig down beneath and above the human voice range, and I look for signals. So, a lot of times when you first get this stuff, when you first listen to it, it just sounds like a bunch of muck put together, going really fast, and you really can't make out what's going on. The inflection isn't human. It's more robotic, like a computer. The way the sentence structures are more robotic, like a computer. So you have to listen to this stuff a lot to start getting the hang of what it sounds like. Now, I'm going to play like a minute of it before I dive into some of the stuff. But what you'll notice is, like, I've changed my frame of mind and listened to it. And, like, I'll listen to it and try to listen for positive stuff. And you never hear that. You're never going to hear, like, I just won the lottery, or say hi to Phil, unless it's being sarcastic. It's always negative. It's always something negative being said, something nefarious. It's never anything normal. So anyway, let's give it a listen for a minute, and then I'll dive in, just in case nobody heard it before. Okay, for the naysayers out there, this signal, these voices in this signal, you can get this on any recorder. It doesn't matter whether it's a phone. It doesn't matter whether it's like a handheld digital recorder that doesn't have any wireless capabilities whatsoever. It doesn't matter whether it's a Sony Handycam or an old school magnetic tape recorder. You still get the signals. And the reason why I say that is, when I first started posting this stuff, I had these trolls showing up trying to school me, and they were saying, it's crosstalk. Maybe you should look it up. Maybe you should learn about crosstalk. So I did it with a Sony Handycam and posted the same results, and they vanished. They never came back. They never said a word. They just went away. So I'm putting that out now, just in case we start getting these creeps hanging out again, trying to knock this shit down. So, what I said earlier about, if you just listen to it straight, it doesn't sound like anything. It's when you start really getting into the, like, line by line, you have to cut it up and listen to it and EQ it and do stuff to it. So, right there, it says he's homeless. Now, isn't that funny? I recorded this trying to prove that they're beaming the homeless with this shit in downtown Seattle. And it says right there, he's homeless. It says he's homeless. Okay, now this one says, now it's more robotic, but it says FBI is tracking him. FBI's tracking him. But it's broke up. Like I said earlier, the inflection isn't quite human. It's almost like there's a half scrambler on it doing things to the voice. And this one says, something about heroin there. And in the beginning here it says, he's hoarding guns. And he's on heroin or something like that. That one's hard to make out. See what this one says. That one's a robotic one. Says he's out of prison. He's out of prison. He's out of prison. He's out of prison. Let's move on. Says right there, it says, he said he was going to die for her in the beginning. He said he was going to die for her in the beginning. So do you see what I mean? You never get like, hey, I'm going to hang out at my house tonight and just eat some pizza. You never get anything like that, you know? It's always bullshit like this. That's he's homeless again. That was a different version. I think I tweaked the EQ on it a little bit. Yeah, it's another version of it. Because I thought that one was a really good one to clean up, because that's exactly why we were recording this stuff. And again, thanks to everybody, I won't say their names, but thanks to everybody that sent me the Seattle audio. It's awesome. I think that one says, I'll say he's a Nazi. I'd say he's Nazi, or I'll say he's Nazi. Oh, here, these are awesome, because what the fuck are they talking about here? Let me find what I'm looking for. Hang on. Right here. It says, what's up or sup with the contracts? With the contracts. And the reply is, somebody, Don or Bob or a single syllable name, pays more for the contracts. So here's the single syllable name right here, and then right here is pays more for the contracts. So we gotta, when you're analyzing this stuff, you've got to break it up into little pieces and listen because of the way the syllables are. It's really weird. And this one, they're obsessed with Hitler. It's really fucking ridiculous. Everything that they say, like, you can't listen to 10 minutes of this shit without hearing Hitler like 50 fucking times. It's retarded. The level of Hitler references is just mind-numbing. So let's listen to it. Right here he says Hitler. And it says, I'd rather be something bombing or something Hitler. So, yeah, there's that. Let's see what else we've got. Now, you got to remember, too, I'm going to show you guys some of these, and you have to remember that I'm not saying this, okay? I'm not saying this. I'm repeating what I'm hearing, all right? So let's listen to this one. It says right there, there's a darkie at South Station. What that means, I don't know, but it says there's a darkie at South Station. Real positive stuff, right? So listen again. So, another thing, if you're listening to this on crap speakers or on your phone, if you can't hear it, don't bother. Wait and play it on good speakers, because it's imperative that you hear it on speakers that have a woofer, a mid-range speaker, and a tweeter, or at least a woofer and a tweeter. It's imperative. And this one says, we lost our gas mask. That's very James Holmes-esque. James Holmes-esque. And that's what it says. We lost our gas mask. Pretty crazy. Hang on. Okay, let's move on. Oh, this one says, you believe in conspiracies. Right there. You believe in conspiracies. You believe in conspiracies. And then this one, some of them, you know, they don't make sense. They're not supposed to. And you got to remember that they're fucking with people that they've pretty much already driven schizophrenic. So, you've got this one that says, you just fucked an angel. So there's a pause there. It says, you just fucked an angel. So, you know, real positive stuff. This one says, let's listen. Yeah, you got to listen to the voice that's underneath. There's two. There's a higher one that's more like in the 1,000 K range that's scratchy, and then there's a muffled voice underneath that says, "You're a stupid fuck." Stupid fuck. You're a stupid fuck. So there's that awesomeness. This one says, "We'll see what becomes of him." And this is a different clip where they say he's homeless. Let's see where that's at. Right there. Great stuff, huh? Let's see. It says something about prison here. Prison is right there. That sounds like contract. Prison contract. So there's a lot of talk about contracts and shit in this, you know? Let's see. Okay, that's the FBI's tracking him one. Have we gone all the way through these? There's another he's homeless. I think that repeats because I found that many times through the entire recording, and the inflection is almost the same, and it's almost like a robotic, he's homeless. So it's like they're rubbing it in on people, like they're, and they're not saying anything else. They're saying he's homeless. That's what they're saying. So, they're either rubbing it in or they're communicating, but finding it, X amount of times through, a 10-minute clip is intriguing, to say the least. Let's see. Is there anything that I missed here? I just wanted to show you guys that if you listen to these and then you break it up into little sections when you hear something and you listen to it, it's not just, garble. There are definitely sentences and shit in here. And they're never positive. They're never just regular talking. It's always something that sounds, nefarious. That's the contract again. The contracts. And then let's listen to that response again. Like I said, this is the response right after that. That was the single syllable name, Bob, Bill, Don, whatever, pays more for the contracts. So that's what it is. And this is Seattle. This is just taken in the middle of downtown Seattle. And this is not in the human speech range. This has been taken out of the open air above and below and then reassembled together to show you the ELF and the high frequencies put together form words. Okay? That's about it. I've got lots more information to go over with you guys, but I wanted to get this out and reiterate everything. And if you want, I'll leave an email below where you can PayPal donate to me. I've got something to announce too about if you're in the Ohio, Michigan, Indiana area, and you have a son or daughter that has been diagnosed with some mental disorder and you think it's bullshit, or if you have V2K at your house, I would like to come to you and set up my equipment and bust it. So if you're game for that, get a hold of me and we'll try to work something out to where I can come and set up and bust this down. And that's about it. Look out for Charlie is out. I will talk to you guys soon. Later.